Hello everyone, welcome to Tutorialspoint, and we have another interesting topic for you today. It's called People Managers, Roles and Skills. Today we will see what exactly is the role and skill of a people manager. It's going to be really interesting. Let's look at the agenda. Role as a team leader or a supervisor. Skills needed by every people manager to succeed. So what are the skills that you need as a people manager to succeed in workplace? And at the end, we will conclude the entire module. Role as a team leader or supervisor. What exactly your role should be? Your role has to be assessing staffing needs. That means you need to assess the staff need. What kind of staff do you need at work? Right? You need to know the needs first, like what kind of people do you need to hire. Evaluate employees. You need to evaluate the performance of your employees, right? From time to time, extremely important, so that your employees should also know where do they exactly stand work-wise. Supervise staff. Of course, as a supervisor, team leader, you always need to supervise your staff. Now that doesn't mean that you need to have some stick in your hand and always put it on their head and ask them what they are up to, but just need to have a glance at what exactly they are currently doing and how can they probably improvise the work. Process employee leave and vacation request. Of course, as a supervisor, as a team lead, you need to also take care of the leaves, grant them permission, reply to their emails. You also have to probably take care of the leave request. So there shouldn't be too many leaves at once. You have to take care of all these things. That should be your responsibility and role. Manage employee relation. Apart from that, you also have to manage employee relation. That means manage your relationship with the employees in your team, and also you have to manage the relationship of the employees with each other as well, right? So for that, probably what you can do is you can have some team activities at work, you can have team lunch, team dinners, you can probably plan some outbound trainings so that your team can bond with each other. Interview and hire staff. As I said, you need to also, after assessing the need of your employee, you also need to hire new employees at work. So you should be able to know that what kind of employees do you need, what are the roles that you need to hire for. Fire employees. So this is also one of your roles that you have to fulfill. You need to fire employees whenever and however applicable. If you feel that somebody is not working up to the mark, after talking to them, after giving them certain warnings, you would have no option but to sack them or terminate them. Advise upper management. As a team leader, supervisor, or as a people manager, you also have the authority, or one of the role is you also need to give advice to your upper management, as in what kind of contributions you can make, probably in the company. You can take some initiative, plan some new projects together, right? Skills needed by every people manager to succeed. Now, as a people manager, what are the skills that you need to really succeed at work? Patience. Very important to be patient, isn't it? Something which we all know is important, but none of us are really able to have that kind of quality in us. So how can you be patient? When you feel like others are losing their cool and you might be right there with them, try the following exercise. So whenever you have a conflict with anybody, or even if you don't have a conflict, if you feel somebody is not doing the right thing and you get extremely angry and you feel that even you are going to lose your cool, you're going to try this exercise. And trust me, it really works. What you have to do is, you have to close your eyes. So you have to close your eyes and you have to take deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Slowly count to 10 in your head, right? So you have to close your eyes. You have to take the breath in and out through your mouth. And while you're doing it, you have to count till 10. And trust me, if you do this regularly and consistently, you'll become more patient and calm. Ability to relate. Another very important skill that you need as a people manager is ability to relate. With whom? Of course, with the people in your team, and of course with everybody around you. Being able to relate to other viewpoints is vital to success. So it's extremely important to relate to people's feelings and what they really want to say and convey. Whether you are a manager or not, if you struggle at times to relate to another person's attitude, try putting yourself in their shoes. So many times it happens that we are not really able to connect with the other person. We feel that, oh my God, it's that person's problem. What do I have to do with it? But no, it's not actually the right way. What you have to do is, you have to put yourself in the shoes of another person. That means consider yourself in their position just for a few minutes. And that would really help you to show some kind of compassion to the other person. What caused them to feel the way they do? What would you make them feel better, right? So once you put yourself in their shoes, you also will realize that why are they going through that kind of pain and what can you do to help them feel better, right? So what you have to do is you can listen to them, show them some empathy. You can probably use words like, I understand how you feel, let me help you, I'm so glad that you shared this with me. You can use these kind of phrases to make them feel better. Interest in others, very, very important. You need to show people that you take interest in their conversations and whatever they have to say. How will you do that? Here is a simple formula for conveying genuine interest. If you really want to show somebody that you have interest in what they are saying, you have to ask questions. The more questions you ask people, the more interested you sound. Consider the answers. After asking questions, once the answers are told to you, you have to consider them and listen to them very, very carefully. Ask more questions. You can ask more questions. Now, asking question doesn't mean that you continuously ask questions to them like what happened, why, how, but according to the situation, according to the context, you can ask questions slowly and gradually, right? Right. Good judgment. So this is also very important. As a people manager, you need to have good judgment about people around you. You need to have that decision-making capability. The foundation of good judgment is looking at the world around you. Very, very important, because you have to be more observant about the world around you. Look at everything, whatever comes your way. Do not just be focused on your own self or your own team or your own company or organization. Observe everything. Suppose even if you're coming to work from home, observe everything around you, right? Listening to what others have to say. Always listen to people. That's how you'll be able to understand the intent behind it. Okay? Sometimes people say something else and they mean something else. So when you're listening to them, you have to actively listen to their words, their expressions, their body language, everything in totality. Learning from that information, once you have listened to them, you can learn a lot from the information. Sometimes a person wouldn't tell you the entire story. A person would tell you just the gist of it. Maybe because that person feels that you wouldn't be able to understand. But you have to understand the reasoning behind whatever that person has told you. So somebody has told you a story, you haven't completely understood, ask more questions. Understand the meaning behind that, right? Always have an open mind. So as a people manager, do not have a mind block about something. Always talk to people, being non-judgmental and have an open mind. When you keep an open mind and make sure that your team members know you have an open mind, it creates trust and respect. It is very important to have an open mind, but more than that, it is also important to let your team members know that you have an open mind, so that they can come to you at any point of time and discuss anything with you. And that's how you'll become more trustworthy among them, right? For example, suppose there is this person in your team who comes late every alternate day, right? Now, even today, he came a little late. If you are a kind of a supervisor who does not have an open mind, without even knowing the reason, you will start shouting on that person that again you came late. But person with an open mind or a supervisor with an open mind will ask the person the reason. That why did you come late? What made you come late? Without judging that person based on the past experience. That is the meaning of having an open mind. Your employees will know that their viewpoint, their feedback and their suggestions are valued, right? So once you have an open mind, your team will know that my points, my opinions, my thoughts are valued and are worthy. They will start coming to you and start talking to you, right? They will start giving you feedback. They will start taking feedback more positively and will be used if at all possible. So having an open mind is a very important skill of a people manager, which is again a little difficult for you not to have any judgment about anybody, but I'm sure once you start practicing, you'll be able to implement it. Next point is accountability. Accountability is taking responsibility. Accountability means taking responsibility for your work and the work of your employees. That means a good leader is the one who always takes the blame and gives the credit to his or her team, right? And who also take the responsibility of anything happens in the team. So anything goes wrong, a good supervisor, good team leader will always take the responsibility on his own. As a manager, you serve as a role model for everyone on your team. Very important. So once you start taking accountability of everything in your team, your people will start, looking at you as the role model. They will start looking up to you. They would want to be like you. So become a person who becomes an inspiration for everyone in the team, right? Supportiveness. You have to support your team members whenever and wherever possible. It's when your team is at their lowest that your support becomes essential. Reassure them, encourage them. Whenever your team is at its lowest, right, probably they are not able to perform very well, that is where you have to come in picture and you have to support them and not blame them for not performing, right? You have to encourage them, you have to motivate them to perform much better than before. Even if it's the lowest point, it's okay, they can still do it. That's how you will motivate them. Right? Bring them together as a team. It is your responsibility as a people manager to bring them together, get them reunited and make them perform in a much more positive manner. Be the solid foundation. They need to feel secure in their abilities again. You should be the one who should make them believe in their abilities again. You should be the one who should tell them that, you know what, I know you can do it because you have it in you. As a people manager, you have to believe in their strength and make them believe. So at the end, let's conclude. Your success as a manager will primarily depend on soft skills that are easy to take for granted. As a people manager or as a manager, you have to be very strong with your soft skills. Soft skills is nothing but your behavioral skills, your personality, how you are as a person, right? Which is easily taken for granted. Why? Because generally organizations do not realize the importance of soft skills. What are these talents that mean more than experience and technical prowess combined? So, what is it that can probably make you different from other people? That can make you a good leader, a good supervisor, right? It's 3 words: people management skill. If you have strong people management skill, you are already there. So thank you for watching the video today. Stay tuned for more such videos. Thank you very much.